discuss the crisis on campus is ILTV's Rachel Safdie. Now, Rachel, I myself actually just returned from New York. I was at Columbia University, and the scenes that I saw of these protests, I mean, they're shocking, the anti-Semitism. Are Jews being singled out on campus again? I mean, I know in your report you included how Shai Davidai was prohibited from entering campus. What's going on?
Well, yes, Emily, it's shocking, but Professor Shai Davidai, he's a Jewish professor at Columbia Business School. He was blocked from entering Columbia University. He's someone that has been very outspoken since the beginning of this war on the anti-Semitism that's going on campus. And the COO of Columbia University was there as he was blocked from entering and said that he can't guarantee his safety. And you know, that's absurd. That's what Jews were told in the Holocaust. That's what Jews were told in Arab countries when they were being ethnically cleansed by police and by security officials. Leave because we cannot guarantee your safety. And we're seeing that in American campuses, in Ivy League universities.
When you have rabbis telling Jewish students not to go, now there's online classes, but only if you're Jewish. I mean, it's insanity what's happening. And I think one of the most prominent narratives that we're seeing this week in the media is that these protests are peaceful. Now, I witnessed violence at these protests in addition to calls to violence. Why is this narrative picking up that these protests are peaceful when they're so clearly not?
Well, it's a disguise, right? In the same way that it's an anti-Israel protest disguised as a pro-Palestinian protest. And we hear extremely anti-Semitic rhetoric, and we see that as well in action. So, as I said, we saw this Yale student being hospitalized after she was stabbed in the eye. We're seeing people throwing punches. We saw over 100 people being arrested in Yale, in NYU. And so, it's ongoing. And because they weren't able to control this in Columbia, now it's spreading all over.
That's right. We saw the BDS movement, I think, even calling on student groups to do this same sort of activism, which, by the way, is illegal. These are not sanctioned protests across campuses. Thank you, Rachel, for your report.